very soon. I'm not sure whether to believe that due to the writer's strike, but apparently the whole script is finished. But it does mean due to the writer's strike, Ryan Reynolds won't be able to improv as much as he normally does because they change complete scenes on other shoots of Deadpool 1 and 2. They won't be able to do that during the writer's strike, but if that is the case, they can just change stuff, add stuff, reshoot stuff during reshoots, which generally speaking, Multiverse of Madness, they reshot the end of month 3 a month ago. They can do that during reshoots at any time they want. It's just during these writer's strike, they won't be able to do that. So recently, Tidal Wave is apparently the working title for this movie. And we went over a leak a while ago on the YouTube channel. I think maybe 2-3 weeks back, I can't remember, recently. And based on the working title, it would imply, and based on information going around the community, it would imply that the plot leak was actually real. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Wish you here if you're new around and make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, Kaiju, pop culture based content that we try to cover on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know, are you hyped for Deadpool 3? Because if the rumors are true, and a lot of respected people in the community seem to think it is true, this is going to be like Multiverse of Madness on crack. So also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this. So, it is worth saying that Loki Season 2, as far as we know here on the channel, is 100% connected to Deadpool 3. So make sure to watch Loki Season 2, which apparently is coming out early October, the 6th of October, I think. I do freestyle, so I can't remember the exact date, but it's early October, which is cool because the plot leak does actually say, it does tie in with it. And soon as it's going to be a multiversal hop-in movie, it would make a lot of sense. So let's go over the plot leak that we went over recently just to refresh your mind. So it's also worth saying, since Kevin Feige subpoenaed the Marvel subreddit, it's harder to vet and it's harder to trust certain information. As being a YouTuber that covers this kind of stuff, I get sent a lot of leaks and stuff, which is harder to vet now. So thank you, Feige. You've made vetting plot leaks even harder. And as I've said before, plot leaks covering the leaking community is part of Marvel. It always has been and always will be. So, Deadpool is arrested by the TVA for time traveling. As a penalty, he's given a job to eliminate a rogue timeline where Magneto, apparently it's the Ian McKenna one, has taken over the world and subjugated humanity. The House of M style. Owen Wilson gives Deadpool a handler to keep him out of trouble. Deadpool teams up with Wolverine of this world, where Professor X and the Fox X-Men have all joined Magneto and basically kill everyone and everything. There are other MCU characters, but very brief mentions, mostly like how Magneto X-Men killed all the Avengers. Magneto can control Thor's hammer, and he has it, but it's mostly its own thing. From there, Deadpool and Wolverine kill everyone. Now, initially, everybody thought this was fake, and I can see where you're coming from. But if we go back to the leaking community about 2-3 years ago, I can't remember the exact date, but I remember making a video on this. A lot of the insiders were saying Deadpool 3, after the Fox merger closed, was essentially going to be Deadpool kills the Marvel Cinematic, kills Marvel Universe, basically, which does tie into a comic book run as well. So this is where it all comes full circle, if you like. So the Cosmic Circus, who, is a person on Twitter, very credible to a somewhat degree, posted a report saying the working title hints at the film's story. So this is a few days old now, but, you know, we get around to covering everything at some point. So the Cosmic Circus can now report that Deadpool 3 is using the working title Tidal Wave as it's progressing with production. We've also confirmed that the production is flying under the banner of Richmond Street Production in the USA and abroad, but obviously it's shooting in the United Kingdom to start off with. I don't know where else it's going to shoot, but it is pretty insane that if the plot leak is real, the X-Men are going to be very instrumental to Deadpool 3, and it's a multiversal hopping movie, which essentially is what the Multiverse of Madness should have been. But like I said, this will be like Multiverse of Madness, but on crack. But then you got Deadpool in it. But don't worry about Ryan Reynolds not being able to improv. Like I said, when they reshoot things and when the writer's strike ends, if they're still shooting, they can make a lot of changes. So what does Tidal Wave actually imply? So let's break it down. So in the comic book run, Ultimatum, New York City is beset by a tidal wave as Magneto seeks revenge for the death of his kid after their death in the Ultimates 3. If Deadpool 3 involves a tidal wave, like in the comic book run Ultimatum or any variation of this storyline, it would certainly be an interesting way for the third movie to unfold. For several months, there have been rumors about Magneto having some role in the trilogy. The working title gives some more fuel to the fire about these rumors. So, I'm not expecting Deadpool 3 to carbon copy what happened in the comic book variant of this, but it is pretty darn interesting. Obviously, it's not going to be a tidal wave about water, but given the multiversal fact, given the fact it's linked to Loki Season 2, given the fact we know the TVA will be in it, it will more likely be something along the lines of multiversal waves. And this could coincide and introduce and have so many different characters involved with this because it's a multiversal storyline. It's good and bad because it could essentially be throwaway characters being put somewhere just for the sake of it. Realistically, Deadpool 3, allegedly, in a nutshell, a multiversal story serving as a way to get the Fox mutants over to the MCU, at least for this movie, in more of an organic way, rather than just randomly appearing, having something like codename Tidal Wave, but having it serve as a multiversal story that involves a TA to bring through a bunch of characters is freaking insane. And if the rumor is true from the leaks where it says Magneto killed the Avengers, having some flashback of that, they could introduce, and well, not really introduce, they could have Thor, they could have the actual real OG Avengers in a flashback sequence or in a real life sequence. Now, the rumor did go on to say they don't think Ian McKellen is going to be involved, but it does seem legit. And like I say, there's some respectable people in the community and in the insider community, if you like to say that. Generally, I don't really give anyone credit, but if you like to say that, this rumor does seem pretty real. And the fact that Deadpool kills the MCU, Deadpool kills the Fox universe, that creeped up over 2 years ago, and Deadpool and the X-Men appearing in Deadpool 3 has been a reoccurring theme for such a long time. And what does Kevin Feige do? Generally, he listens to what the fans say, and he listens to the online chatter. Whether he actually admits it or not is a different story, but generally speaking, in some kind of variance, you will get what you want with Deadpool 3. There's just too much substantial evidence out there to back up the claim that it could be true that Magneto is going to kill the Avengers, and also it's a multiversal time-hopping movie. Owen Wilson's definitely in the movie, and that basically clarifies and does somewhat confirm that it is a multiversal time-hopping movie. And the comic book run is pretty decent. I've not read it personally. I'm quite transparent here. But New York is beset by a tidal wave as Magneto seeks revenge for the death of his kids after their death. So they could change that, obviously, and have that just be a multiversal killing spree, and it says they kill everyone. So that would be pretty damn cool. So let me know what you think about the rumors. But like I say, we've been over this story before a while ago. It does seem like Magneto, whoever plays Magneto, whether it will be Ian McKellen whether it be a different one. But seeing as it is a way to synergetically, is that even a word? I don't know. Reintroduce the Fox characters to the MCU, even if it is just for one movie, it would make sense to get him locked in. Patrick Stewart did say pretty much like, yo, this won't be the last time I'm playing Professor X, so I wouldn't be surprised if he slides in the DM somewhere in this movie. It will be interesting when we see the behind-the-scenes things, because obviously, if Ian McKenna's seen it filming, I mean, we've seen one of the most recent Captain America 4 stuff with Seth Rogen on set, the new Sam Wilson Captain America suit. Stuff gets out so easily when they start shooting. It would just validate if this rumor, if this plot leak is real, within a few weeks of them shooting. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram and Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful face. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.